All right, it's early June here, and it's time to get the Frigid Forage plat screen in the ground. Plat screen has a lot of different uses, and some of the most talked about ones and most utilized ones are, screening from a road or screening from a neighbor, or even the access where you can use it to get to stands undetected without deer in the field seeing you. But one underutilized one that I'm going to be using a lot today is screening it from other deer, making the deer have to come out into the field. So this is a perfect example of this. We are on the south border of the property. There's not a fence line. However, there's a bunch of good CRP on the neighbors of the deer bed in a lot. We have a bunch of beans planted out here, so the deer are going to be going from the neighbors into our beans. We have a lot of timber and bedding around, so they'll be coming from everywhere. But specifically for those deer, I want those deer to have to come into the field to see what else is out here, to see the other deer out here. I don't want them to be able to just cruise through that CRP on the neighbors, see if there's no deer out here and just go on their way. I need them to come out here to actually check it out. And so there's a couple different situations on this property where I'm going to use the plat screen to actually screen from the deer, make them come into the field. So this will be kind of all purpose. It'll also help with access. But with plat screen, you always have to do a little bit of calculations, a little bit of math. Essentially, a 16-foot wide strip by half a mile is an acre. So you have to calculate, when you're only doing these 16-foot wide strips, how much seed to actually get, because it's very important to not overseed plat screen. So I had to work on my calculations. This is a 150-yard strip that I'm gonna do, and we're gonna be using about a third of this half-acre bag. First step though is to fertilize it. So a good fertilizer recommendation would be about 300 pounds of triple 19 per acre. And again, you gotta do your calculations. My local store just had the triple 10, so I'm doing about twice that of the triple 10. It's gonna be equal to about one bag for this 150-yard strip. So I'm gonna get the fertilizer on the ground first, and then I'm gonna come back and just really lightly till the fertilizer in, till the ground to prepare that seed bed. I came and sprayed this before we planted beans about a week ago, so everything's nice and dead. It should till nice. I don't have to go really deep. This time of year the soil is pretty warm, so if you were planting this a little bit earlier in the year, you'd want to probably till and then wait for weeds to regenerate, spray those down, and then plant. Today I'm going to plant right after tilling. Because plat screen is pretty fast growing, and it should outcompete any weeds that start coming up at the same time we till. And again, I'm just going to till real light. I'm not going to get real deep to try to minimize that weed regeneration. So like I said earlier, you want to make sure not to overseed this. You want to follow the planting recommendations. For us, it's just shy of 3 pounds, like 2 3/4 pounds. So I weighed my cedar here by itself, and so I'm gonna add a little less than 3 pounds of seed to it, and that'll be good enough for this spot here. All right, we got the plat screen seed on the ground. Really easy, tilled up really nice, just tilled just a little bit. I just rented this tiller from our local store this morning, borrowed the tractor from the landowner, and it was a nice easy project to get done. I am gonna run over this with the ATV tires just to pack the seed, get a little better seed to soil contact. And then the only other thing I'm gonna do to this, probably in about a month, once that plat screen starts growing, I'm gonna come and top dress it with urea or straight nitrogen. That sorghum really likes the nitrogen, and that'll give it a really good boost to get it up and going. But this should work out perfect. We got a nice little wide strip here that's gonna screen off this bean field, make the deer come into it to check it out.